Hello, welcome back to the world of overpowered weapons. I have a few weapons, but first of all, I just want to explain some of the progress I make and how I kind of go over the difficulty curves. Over here is Marheim, but we'll not stop in Marheim. I only bought the cooking recipes from Marheim, and we'll go to Brown Rock. Now what we got from Marheim is this, Heal the Lights, which we'll not really use just because of how hard it is to make it, and it's going to be annoying. Carry all of that with us. And also we have the eel soup, the famous eel soup that is needed to do the Gothenburg or the Green Mare area quest for the soup. So over here in the Brown Rock town you can go to the inn. And you can see a very special food.
This is mostly a rest stop for travellers on their way to Marheim. Most people only stay for one night.
Yes, they do. I mean, what do you think we are over here? That's a lot of wanted status. Stuffed cabbage. So as you can see, I've been preparing for this for quite a bit now. 2 cabbages and 2 chickens. And that will mean we have our critical hit increased by 10%, which is huge. It's a huge amount of damage compared to what we have right now, but it also gives us vegetables, which we really need sometimes. I'm not sure if it will increase your critical chance by 10% one flat bonus or your base value by 10%. We'll just have to see. Also, like I said, before we left Artes, we bought 1 book out of each and also 5 upgrade books. So let's see, who will need the skills? Oh yeah. You will definitely need a run. Man, this guy, most of the times, this guy will die if he gets engaged in combat, so he has to run away. Now, the swordsman will not be in combat that much, plus he also has the Peter mirror for now, so I guess we can give him first aid. And taunt, of course, will be to the guy in heavy armor. Usually I give it to the archer sometimes, because nobody expects the archer to be fierce like that. Also, we have 5 upgrade books, 5 skill masteries. Armor breaker is quite nice. But first of all, let's look at this guy. He is the one I really want to see. Now as you can see, some of the upgrades for the skills will not really be worth it, and especially considering you will switch your subclass at some point, so depends on what you want to do. For example, for this guy, the poison applies press to enemies next to the target. I hope it's also enemies, it's only enemies I mean. So when you're making a class, you have to look at the basic skills and also their upgraded version, because sometimes the upgraded version of the skill makes it 10 times better. The only character I'm 100% sure I want to keep as it is the archer. Let's increase his critical damage, because we need a lot more damage with him, of course. Yeah, we'll give him the poison weapon so it will spread to other people as well, but I hope it's only to enemies and it's not to everyone. And now this is the thing that I was talking about. This weapon is overpowered. Look at this. This is the strong blade. I got it from a Wikili quest in Artes region. It was, I think it belonged to a priest or an inquisitor or something like that. If the enemy has burning, bleeding or poison on him, you get an additional attack, but if the enemy has all 3 of them, you get 3 additional attacks. But even more, remember you're counter-attacking, so if you attack someone, if you engage, you have riposte, so if they attack back, you'll attack them again. Which is going to be crazy, because I had a fight where I attacked the guy once, he was bleeding, so I attacked once, and then twice, and then I used my shield, and I also actually got the poison on, and then I attacked again with my sword. So this is kind of broken. This is super broken, because you can apply all of these effects on your own. more or less, of course, with the help of your companions, but it shouldn't really work like this, getting double or triple attacks, especially because you can poison them with your shield, even though your weapon is poisoned. I don't know, it's a lot of nonsense. And also the shield attack counts for the laceration as well, so you can basically activate the laceration at will now. And if you upgrade it, you can use it after one attack, which is again nothing, you don't need that much anyway. And also don't want to disengage, so I guess I'll keep the books for now, since there's nothing I really want. And I guess I can upgrade my brute. I don't think... No, I think my destroyer. I think will remain a destroyer forever. But the upgraded versions are not that good anyway. I have to remember to try and break that armor with this guy. And vulnerability, it's not as good because we'll be critting a lot, and a lot of crits will not be that good anyway. That might be useful when we have this one over here. Until fever is applied. No, that will be super strong. So let's put the books over here and let's go. As you can see, at level 8 I have quite a selection of weapons ready for me. Even as the Indomitable Bow now is trash. I mean, it's not worth it. It just does the same amount of damage as other bows as well. But I think I want to play with that hammer. The big war hammer. And about this mace, well, it's going to be a lot of damage, but I think I need to give him an armor with 3 slots, and then he needs to have all of that covered with the strength armor. Yeah, so it's a tricky situation because you have to play so much around their strengths and abilities to get a decent build going. Otherwise you just can get lucky and get a super powerful weapon, and that will be more than enough, which is again counterproductive in my opinion. I guess I can show you that combat. You can see my group in action now. Also, I upgraded the tent a little bit. So we have 12 maximum valor points, and I actually get a decent amount of points while resting. Other than that, we got a new pony. I think I showed that in the other video. And from now on, I think the easy game begins. Why are you lagging, game? What did I do to you? And that's why you build pythons all over the place. Oh, this is the quest for the pig farmer, okay. They're not actually fighting, they're engaging in diplomacy over here.
Oh my, it reminds me of my parents' pigsty back in the day. As a come here, you little pig.
To be honest, the best option is to attack them, but I'll just give them the apples, so we avoid combat and the piggies live happily ever after.
Oh, how nice of you to feed these piggies. They are so busy now. I guess I should head back to my Sonic.
But I think it's for feeding. Logs are easier to pick. I never had any problems with the logs, but people will probably want that item very, very badly. I don't even dare to use such a thing. Now to compare the strength of some of the characters in the battlefield with what my destroyer has.
Might I interest you in my humble wares?
No, I think I've seen this merchant a lot of times. As you can see, they are just the same merchants wandering the place. No here. They are nice and quiet.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
No, thank you. Now, about the weapons, I think, yeah, the developers just added a lot more weapons with the weekly quests or whatever those are, and nerfed the boss weapons to the point where it feels like you're supposed to fight with whatever you get. Some of the other weapons, the normal ones, are too powerful as well, like this one. Because if you crit every time you hit with this one, it will be like you hit 3 or 4 times.
Do you know how much they won't let honest citizens work? This kingdom is going to...
Yeah.
I'm going back to Drombach to look for plague remedies. Tiltrin's stock is...
Yeah.
I heard that the Eye's Reckoning did some damage in New Astle. I hope my...
Do you really want to enter Al-Azhar? Despite... Alright, suit yourself.
Yeah, the Inquisition is not as bad as it looks, plus they have good gear. So here we're entering the Drombach county. Guards, of course they are guards. Also, notice how I'm very prepared for this region with the food and some of the other stuff. I actually found a better dagger as well. It has 2 stars. So we're relatively very well prepared. I'm joking, we're very well prepared for this region. It's not like we're going here to die, we're going here to win. I think this is also kind of a major problem in the game. Many people don't really understand how all of these things work, and you need... Oh, you need a lot of... You need kind of a lot of meta-knowledge to make all of this work. So let's make 10 stuffed cabbages. As you can see, that's all of the chicken we had and all of the salt. Achievement unlocked, Spice Wars, or close to unlocking the Spice Wars. Now we'll basically eat that thing every rest. So that means 15 rests. Also, we used up all of our valor points. I don't remember on what, but we definitely needed it on something.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sir?
Well, red burgers are amazing, but not now. A bit later. I like it when you start a new region with loot. Oh, and there's just a lot of pythons. Nice. See, there's a bit laggy. Eyes Reckoning.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Pursue Spoiler. That's actually a pretty good armor, and I think I want the mace. I love this mace, but it's not... The problem if you use it like this, you're going to have a very defensive build. And having a very defensive build on a heavy armor guy, it's super nice, because he'll take no damage as long as he has that skill active. But at the same time, I want to finish the fights much faster. I don't care how much it takes to... I mean, I want to finish the fights faster, not have more certainty I will win, because I'm pretty sure I will win anyway. What are all of these people chasing me? So when I started playing the update, the full release, I went over here in this new area, and then I went into the Iron Hoof stables and did a little bit of a combat. Not be really wise for me to steal even more stuff.
We are on our way to the border crossing. I sent one of our companions to New Astle for help. You seem equipped for the task, mercenaries. Would you mind clearing the debris? Let's get to it immediately.
Like this, a job is a job. The FPS is dodgy in this area. Oh, the person from over here will give us a key. This will go very badly for you if you don't have a miner and a woodcutter. Gather some wood after a rest in the forest. Okay, so I have to rest in the forest all the
What
time.
have I done? What have I done to offend the...
I'm not a heretic, I swear.
I hear soldiers.
Well, you said let's go and greet them. It's your fault, not mine.
I see the army didn't come alone. You couldn't help but follow.
The Eye's reckoning struck these stables. We are duty bound to inspect the place and make...
Move along. Everyone's
Dead? Nonsense. You wouldn't call the Alizarian army to bury... These men came to rescue injured people. Heretics? You know full well that the God of Light does not punish without cause.
They're not heretics.
What
Mercenaries.
they look like is irrelevant. The Eye's reckoning does not smite innocence. Mercenary...
Well, to be honest, normally I would attack the Inquisitors and the Zealots, but I don't like these people, so I'll attack them. The rewards are the same, so meh. I wish the developers would have more of a karma system, a consequence for your actions, but it's just a choice. It's either A or B, usually. Doesn't really impact the gameplay. But sometimes there's a much better reward if you choose one or the other, but no, it's just for fun. Definitely fighting the Inquisition is a lot more profitable for you. Wait. Ah, that's better. So I assume the Inquisitor is a medium armor. Hey, dodgy FPS, I missed you. Okay, you go and use your burning over there in the corner. I'm not interested in it. Tell me that is not overpowered. Tell me that is not overpowered. How are you supposed to do this, man? Just fighting a single person, and that single person had that mace I want to use, and everything just... I don't know. They melted him like he was ice cream. Ice cream on a sunny beach. Looks like I have to babysit him as well. I don't really like to babysit people, NPCs in this game, but I have to do it. Anyway, the sooner we get this done, the better for us. As you can see, I'm still failing some fights here and there, not many, but this is why Iron Man would be impossible, or Iron Man would be to such a degree very bad for you. It would give you emotional damage, especially if you fight a lot and you make a little mistake and your character maybe gets it an extra time and he might die like that. No. This is definitely not Iron Man material. This game is not. Why is the Loading taking so long. Well, it might be my PC, but usually it's the game. Looks like we can go into some kind of mountain fort. By the way, this is the new weapon, Flamberge, a two-handed sword. Okay, game, let me babysit. It charges straight into the enemy. How are you supposed to hide him? He clearly wants to fight and die. So that's our guy as well. That recruit will attack that person. Come on, game, don't play tricks on me. I also wonder, why don't they... I always press the attack button that is supposed to be over there. Why don't they use that a little closer to the character? Also watch this, so it's a 50% chance to cast poison on them, right? So that's 50% missed, and this will be 50% gained. And he also has the riposte. What's wrong with this character? Powerful counter. It's always going to be a counter. Plus the protective strike. Ah, man. Yeah, too many combinations in this game are just overpowered or weird like that. Oh, I hate it so much when this happens. So now I have no choice but to do it like this. And you know what? That skill is actually overpowered because if you backstab someone and you add a lot of poison stacks and then that someone is next to someone, that's going to be very interesting. Okay, that's good. That's even much better. Come on. I might just need to restart my PC, I'm not sure. It's like the problems are caused by weirdness again. Oh no, not like this, not like this. Well, to be honest, that was the plan, of course. It's kind of weird that I have to do it like this, but okay, we won this combat by luck, pure luck again. So many rules, so many things to read about, to think about. Alazarian heater shield. Well, I think I'll use both of these shields, to be honest.
Thanks to you, the heretics who lived here will be burned at the stake to appease. Don't ever be fooled by the scholar's lies again.
Yeah, whatever. I'm more interested in that I got 2 shields, and they're actually level 8 shields. Which means we cannot use them. Of course, we would lose a very powerful ability because this allows us to engage as well, but that's another attack, a full attack. And that's 100% damage. Every time we'll get attacked, we'll attack back. I don't know, these shields might be a little bit overpowered, if you know what I'm saying. And now we get free loot. Yeah, tell me that's not a very good idea. Well, except for the sword, but even the swordsman doesn't really matter because it's more or less the same thing except it's for more damage. Yeah, well, everyone will use those shields. Okay, let's just explore the area for a bit more. I wanted to make a shorter video, but that fight got out of hand. They love giving you pythons in this map. It's a nice waterfall, but I was expecting something else over here. I think I'll end the video when I find the main city. Looks like I have to do 5 missions here. Well, it's a nice little dark screen. So yeah, this is why I don't play the new area. This is why I avoided playing the new area until I was sure it was going to work properly. But even so, it's buggy as you know what. It's just buggy. It's buggy as Cyberpunk, that's what I was trying to say. Wow, okay. Yeah, maybe I just need to restart my computer, but even so, a game should not have problems like this in the full release. It will probably fix itself, but waiting such a long time to fix it, it's a little much. And Celeste. Yeah, the game crashed, and I was going to say something really bad in Romanian. Oh, it's the recording. Of course it's still recording. Okay, I'll just leave it like this, and this is kind of like a little warning. WarTales is not a finished game in my opinion. It's only out of early access, but that doesn't mean it's a finished game or a full game or a optimized game or it's done. No. It's just out of early access.